So how about Tomb Raider's story? Well, it's pretty good.
We start out with Lara on an expedition gone awry. She crashes onto the island that, as luck would have it, turns out to be the one she was looking for the whole time. But she ends up initially separated from her friends because they couldn't hear her shouting over the scene's loud soundtrack.
Out here!
No sign of Rocky Lara.
Jonah! I'm here!
It's not long before she gets a radio and a weapon and meets back up with her friends, who also made other friends that are totally cool and not suspicious at all, right?
Sam here was just telling me about the Sun Queen.
Right, Himiko.
Can you tell me more? I'm intrigued.
No, that guy is creepy as fuck. And then Lara gets separated again and falls down. A lot. Seriously, I thought this girl had ribs made of steel up until the game implied she was so injured that jumping actually hurt. And then she fixed it all by poking herself with a hot arrow? Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that was all it took to fix some bones. You know, I think I fractured my ankle the other day. Let me just see if...
Oh, fuck! That is hot! Ah, fuck! Damn it! Ah, this is worse now!
As she continues to round up her mates and try to escape,
things get mystical, and they discover that the island has some spooky juju going on, preventing everyone from leaving. Ooh.
So Lara begins her quest to get super nosy and read all of her friends' journals.
Darling, think before filing those papers. I've sunk the last of my fortune into this expedition, but it's all going to come back tenfold. If you divorce me now, you won't see a penny of it.
What the fuck, Lara? And then she has the opportunity to save people, but then not do it. Then she starts playing the game worse than I do. And then she makes more bad decisions, like save her mentor from wolves and then leave him passed out in the same spot where the wolves just attacked. Oh yeah, I'm sure he'll totally be okay here. Oh, I guess he was. Alright then. Then the plot thickens when her conveniently Asian friend gets snatched up for a crazy Japanese ritual that takes way longer than it should to happen. They're transferring a soul. I would think that would go faster. And she stopped it, so what happened to the soul? Did it go back into the body? There's nothing in her now?
You saved me.
What? And after all this, you'd think that Lara would be pretty sick of archaeology, but nope. She thought that whole experience of her friends dying was pretty neat. So now she wants to go off on more adventures. You might even say it was her rise to becoming a Tomb Raider? Oh, no? I guess that was her birth. Okay. I mean, there's not much else to say about the story because it's pretty basic, which is kind of weird since it's a very cinematic game, but the cutscenes were really just to get you to the next action set piece or give expository dialogue about what's going on. And while I suppose you could say that Uncharted is the same way, I feel like the writing in those games elevates it to another level. The dialogue just has personality to it.
Hey, check it out. Marco.
Really?
Come on.
No.
Marco.
Hello.
While Tomb Raider's story feels a little crazy with all these moving parts and agendas going on, it's not that bad because honestly, in the video game world where we have shit like Kingdom Hearts, this is normal. And aside from the story, the characters aren't really that impressive. Most of the characters don't show up often enough to have any real impact. You've got the grizzled yet stoic mentor, he's totally not gonna die, right? The nerdy guy with maybe 10 lines. The fat guy of questionable ethnic origin. What is he, Samoan? Hawaiian? They call him Reyes, so is he Hispanic?
Let's just eat, okay? If I'm going to die in this place, I'm not going to do it hungry.
Oh, he's fat. So he likes food. Okay, moving on. There's a sassy black girl who ain't taking no shit. The bestest friend who doesn't really have a good reason to be here beyond filming. Is this really the best documentary filmmaker they could find? Oh, no, wait, that's just nepotism.
Hashtag Filmagate.
And then we've got Mr. Totally Not a Traitorous Asshole who's gonna get killed after his stupid betrayal. Seriously, I know I'm already spoiling the game's plot, but if you really thought this dude was gonna be anything else, you must not have seen any movies ever. And then we have the best character, the Scottish boat captain who goes out like a total bouse. That guy had maybe the briefest screen time out of the entire supporting cast, and I was really hoping he would actually survive the fall. I honestly was hoping that he would pop back up and explain his survival with something like, "Ugh, I rubbed some dirt in my wounds." Oh, and before I forget, there's also an awesome cameo from the Teen Titans Cyborg. Hearing this guy's voice be super creepy and sadistic is a lot funnier than I know it was supposed to be.
Don't worry about it. We'll say he lost it, jumped to his death. But you shot him. Details, man. They aren't ever gonna find his body. God damn it, brother. Why'd you have to do that? He wouldn't shut the fuck up.
And then we have the crazy bad guy who wants to escape his own way. I would think that Lara could have just talked to the guy and explained the situation to him and convinced him of a better way to escape the island than sacrifice. But then again, if she did that, then we wouldn't get this badass shit right here. Oh yeah! Bam bam bam, fuck 'em up! Lara is definitely the best thing about this story. She goes from this timid girl you genuinely feel bad for, shivering in the cold, grasping to life, and turns into this badass bitch who's gonna fuck everybody up.
That's right! Run, you bastard! I'm coming for you all!
Hell yeah! You kick some ass, girl! I really enjoyed not only her growth, but also how the gameplay escalated along the way. Each weapon signifies her getting that much more badass and things getting that much more intense. Though honestly, the most intense point of the game is probably the middle point. See, eventually Lara goes into this massive castle to save her friends. And in this castle, all the puzzles and action bits are just blow shit up. She shoots all these gas things and explosions just keep going on. Then, when you finally go back outside, you see everything has gone to hell. All the damage you caused below had this insane impact. Everyone is just freaking out and on fire. Explosions are everywhere. This whole bit was just really fun to take in. Tomb Raider does a really good job with its atmosphere and making you feel a part of it. I just wish the whole survival bit was amped up more. Maybe make it more like Metal Gear Solid 3, where you actually do need to kill animals for food instead of just saying so as an excuse to get XP. And maybe injuries are handled in a similar way where you have to actually patch yourself up. I just felt like this was a really missed opportunity that could have brought the game even more into its own. Yeah, I know that probably doesn't make much sense since I've been criticizing it for copying something and now I'm saying it should have copied something else. But hell, at this point, you might as well, right? I mean, if you throw enough elements into a pot, you can emerge with something completely unique. Look at Sleeping Dogs. That game was just Grand Theft Auto meets Assassin's Creed meets Batman, and it did a pretty good job feeling like its own thing. So without a few of those other elements, Tomb Raider really does ultimately feel like a knockoff Uncharted, though that isn't necessarily a bad thing since Uncharted is so good. If you're gonna copy something, might as well copy the best, right? But at the same time, it kinda depresses me. I mean, this is Tomb Raider. Once again, I'm not the biggest Tomb Raider guy, but weren't the first few games trendsetters? Maybe I need to do more research, but it's just sad to see a game series that started out good, then okay, then bad, then okay again, just throw its arms up in the air and go, fuck it! Is this what you want? Okay, fine. I'll be that. You happy now? Do you love me again? Should we really applaud something like that? Should we just praise any game that copies the latest trend just because it's successful? I totally understand that with art there will always be appropriation, that's just how it's always been, but I just wish that I didn't look at this and see this. Perhaps if this was a new, original IP, I wouldn't feel so torn about it, but this is such an iconic franchise, it just feels weird. Imagine if Sonic the Hedgehog games weren't successful and were struggling, and so they just copied Mario. Ooh. Okay, let me try that again. It's like, what if Halo was struggling, and so they decided to just copy Call of Duty?
Ordnance ready.
No, wait. Okay, alright, got it. What if Call of Duty was struggling and decided to copy Halo? Oh, come on! So the question now, after all this opinionated analysis and commentary, is, does Tomb Raider actually deserve all this praise? Should people be so hyped for the sequel? Well, Tomb Raider was definitely fun, and I was satisfied at the end, but looking at the footage for Rise of the Tomb Raider, I just don't feel any excitement. I mean, sure, I'll play it, and I'm sure it'll be just as good as the first game, but it also looks just like the first game. Only now, there are some areas where you walk even slower. I've actually been feeling a similar way about Uncharted. Most of Uncharted 4's footage has looked like the same old thing, though I'm still more excited to play Uncharted 4 than Rise of the Tomb Raider just because Uncharted is the original and Tomb Raider is the knockoff. But who knows? Maybe Rise of the Tomb Raider is just holding its cards close to its chest and there's actually a bunch of awesome new stuff that'll elevate it above the original and stand even further apart from Uncharted. But for now, it just looks like we'll be getting more of the same thing. Jeez. Okay, you know what? This is getting too depressing for me now. Screw it. I'm gonna go play more Super Mario Maker. Peace! Hey, you made it to the end. What did you think? Let me know in the comments. And if you'd like more videos, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. If there's a game you'd like to hear my thoughts on, leave a suggestion in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you later.